Hello, welcome to the Power Query lecture series by Tabs and Icon Consulting. This is module 16 of our lecture series. And in this lecture, we're going to look at how to summarize report by group in Power Query. My name is Karo Ezuzu, and I am your anchor. Now, let's look at our data and how we're going to summarize the data. Now, we have two data reports here, January and February. In January, we have this sales report, shipment date, customer ID, sales up to quantity sold by each person and by location as well as by product. Now, what are we expected to do when we get this data? First, let's look at our requirement. We are told that we need to add a column total sales to multiply the unit price by quantity sold. So if you see the raw data we have is giving us the quantity sold and the unit price. So we need to get a column in our report to show the sales amount. So just going to be multiplying those two. Now again, we are told requirement 2 that we should prepare a table and a pie chart to present the percentage contribution per store. So we have store location here, and we're going to get the percentage contribution per store. And the third one is that we'll get to February report and update our report with February data. So let's start. First, I'm going to convert this into a table. So I'm going to create another sheet and move January report there so we can start with January report. So I'm inserting a new sheet. Let me call this sheet report RPT. Can give it any name. So I'm copying this one into that sheet. Yeah, so I'm going to turn this to a table since I'm going to Power Query. I want to say Control T, and I ensure that my table has header is ticked so that Power Query will see the top row as a header row, and I click OK. So I've converted this to a table now. I move to Power Query editor. I click here and I say from table stroke range. So this moves this data straight from Excel into the Power Query interface. Now this is our Power Query interface. Giving the report as table 1, we've not actually named it. You can change the name here, like I said. You can start to change the name here, or you change it right from the Excel sheet. Doesn't really matter. Now I'm seeing under the shipment date, I'm seeing an irregular date here. So let me see what Power Query recognizes that column. I go to transform, and under data type is saying any. And I've always explained that once you see any here, it means that Power Query is unable to establish a data type in that particular column. So I'm going to say it should be a date. Now this is okay. I check the other one. This is a test, down test, and I think this is okay. So the first thing we're going to do is to insert a column to give us total sales. So I'm going to insert a custom column. I go to add column, and here we see custom column. So I insert a custom column, and it's asking the new column what is the name. Let's call it total sales. Total sales. Okay, that is the name of the new column. And how we're going to get the content of the new column is going to be quantity sold, which is quantity sold, this one, multiplied by unit price, this one. So this will be it. And now if you check on that, you see that no syntax error have been detected. So if I take OK, it takes me straight to the end, giving me total sales. And if I go to the data type, it's telling me any. That's not okay. I want to be a whole number. So I come here and say whole number. So this is fine. Now this will be okay for Power Query. I'm going to move back into Excel and then do the other part of the job there. So I'm going to say by group. First of all, okay, I need to group by product, okay, by location. So let me take group. I need to group by location because we are told we need to group by location to see contribution by location. So the first thing here is going to be location. Where do I have location? Okay, store location. And what am I calling the new column? I'm going to, it's same to, can use total sales, no problem. And what operation are we doing? We need to, is it sum? Okay, we need to sum. Which columns are we summing? Total sales. Yeah, we're going to sum total sales by store location. I think this is right. So let's see how it's going to go. Okay, fine. This is good. So we have Jigawa having these sales, Lagos having these sales. So we can now load this one back into Excel. So I go to home and I say load and close. Okay, great. This is our report. So this is our report. I'm just going to put a comma separator and let me take out those two last one. So this is our sales report by location. This is what we're looking for. But again, we are told that we should get this report as a percentage of total contribution. So here we're going to have a column here, maybe percentage of total contribution. Now, usually in Excel, we say equal to this one divided by the sum of this. But if you work with Excel well, you notice that you have a little icon here, which is the quick analysis icon. You can access this by actually saying Control Q. So if you click this, what are we trying to do? We are getting a group of totals. So I'm going to click totals here. And then I'm saying, look at here, percentage of total. That's what I want. So I just click this and you get your percentage of total. So this is 22% of this. And I'm trying to do my little chart. So I'm going to chart this one against this one. So I can get a chart to indicate my percentage contribution per location. I can use this chart type and let me take this. Okay, fantastic. That's okay. So this is I can call this contribution by branches or by location, contribution by business location. So that is my chart, contribution by business location. So I have the various items here. I can put this inside if I so wish, but this is fine for now. So this is the second thing we have to do. The next thing is we need to update this report. This report is as of January. Now we already have February report given to us and we need to update this. By February, Jigawa, Lagos, they would have sold much more than this. So we need to update this record. If we don't, we might just find out that Jigawa might not be having 22% again, but no, might not be having 15%. The ratio of contribution will certainly vary by their February contribution. So let's go to February. We have this February report already. Now what we'll do in Power Query, rather than run through this process again, this report does not have a quantity sales amount. It shouldn't. Let me take out this one. This report shouldn't have this because this is the raw data. Okay. So I need to copy this down here and place it under the report table. If I place it under the report table, now look here, I have the last one there as Obina FCT. So I'm going to place my report here. Now, before that, let's look at our report. You notice that we have this. Let me bring out this so that we can easily compare. Let me place this one as absolute values. I'm sure you know why we are doing this. Okay, fine. Okay, so these are the figures we have prior to adding the month of February. So I'm going to add the month of February and then we can compare and see if actually any change has taken place here. So that's why I'm doing this. It's not like this is part of the report. It's just for us to view what we have compared to January position. So this is actually January position. So I've copied my January and placed under there. Have I placed my January there? I mean my February there. Let me see. No, I haven't. So let me copy my February now. I copy my February and I come to report and I'm going to place it under here. So this is my February report. Now all I need to do, having got to my February report and copied into the consolidated report here, is to come down to my table, right click here, and then I click refresh. Now when I click refresh, you will notice that immediately this has changed. Look at Jigawa has changed from 46 to this. You can see that everything here have changed in terms of contribution. And this has also changed. This was 15.46, it's now 15.43. This 16.42 is now this. So this is my report as at February. You can see how powerful Power Query is in terms of data automation and presentation. Thank you very much for listening. In other videos, we're going to see much more of the power of Power Query in Excel. Bye-bye.